Hi, so I thought I'd share where I've got to with my workflow for measuring brickwork and scaffolding on traditional British housing sites, although I guess this could be used for blocks of flats, commercial units, etc. But for now, I'm going to concentrate on some traditional British housing, traditional construction, not timber frame. So this is where I am at the moment. I've got some house types here. I've got 79 pages in this document, but I'm just going to concentrate on a couple for now. We've got another couple here as well, same house type but different elevations. So going to start by adding some spaces. If I click on here, add a space to include the whole page, and that's a F detached, and we have that as a V1. And then we've got another one here, F detached V2. So let's start by looking at let's have a look at the internal walls first. We go back on a couple of pages here and we can see we've got some internal walls here. So if we start measuring those, the first thing we're going to do is got a section here for internal walls, 100mm block work. And let's just mark up a couple of these. Now, although we're marking these up on plan, what we're going to do in a minute is measure them on elevation. So you'll see how we're going to do that. That's plan, and we've got one more wall here. Let's well, it doesn't matter which side of the line that goes. So we've got 9.11. So what we're going to do is use sketch to scale 9110. Now these walls, the story height is 2.4 meters, but we're going to do 2475 because that's a block work height. There's one, and then the next wall is 4920, 2475. And the next wall is 2200, 2475. And what I'm going to do is mark a couple of I'm going to colour these up first. Partition type 1, that's 100mm blockwork wall. We'll get into that later where all the details come from. So that's our 3 walls, but we've got a couple of doorways, 917 by, I'm going to say 2025 high. So what, once again, we can come in here, 917, 2025. That's our opening. It doesn't matter where we put it in the wall. And we can also copy that one and put it up in this wall. Oh, don't want to copy the whole thing. Just want the door frame. We don't want it to do that either. So undo that. Okay. Now I just need to change the layers around a bit. So, oh, just moved it again. There's a trick to moving these layers forward and backwards, just so you can do the cutout in the main wall. Right, so the wall's the main item here. Yep, so I can just come across, grab my cutout tool. Let's cut that out. Try again. That's better. and the same on this one. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to use partition opening type 1, and this will help us, and this will right, here we go. This will sort out our lintels and details like that. Right, that's those done, and what we're going to do is we will take those, hopefully highlight everything, Control X to cut it, and we will go over to here and we will paste them on this page. So that's our internal walls done. Let's now have a quick look at the external walls. We're going for Brickwork external wall type 1. First thing I'm going to do is mark up these little bay walls down here. 1, and 2. Just check where that dotted line was at the bottom. No, we've gone to the dotted line at the bottom, not the DPC line. Let's just correct that. Delete that out. Come onto here. Get it in the correct place. Right, that's the first one. Right, external walls. Now, up here, I'm going to measure up to the underside of the truss, and I know that's a bit more extra at the front of the building because the facework doesn't go up that far, but then the facework doesn't go up behind here. But what that then allows us to do is it covers things like where on the internal skin, where it's all measured as full-size block work, it will cover things like coursing blocks, etc. So that's the way I've just viewed it for this. If you want to get into finite details, you can measure everything separately, but let's just carry on through this. Oh, it's not worked. I pressed the wrong button. So come back to that. Down here. It's not liking something there. Right, here we go. That's working. Come down here. Done. So what we're going to do now is quickly cheat. Well, not cheat, but we're going to take this one here. Control and Shift. Sorry, just Control and bring that down. That copies that. Let's place it in the right position. Get it on that DPC line there. And what we can do is, before we move this, we're going to quickly come over here, change this, and it says superstructure at the moment. We're going to move that to top out, and then what we do is we bring both, select both of these, and then bring them down with Control and do these one at a time, get them in the right place. So that will hopefully click onto there. And then we just need to move this onto there. So that's our external walls marked, well, the main bit of the external walls marked up. Now we need to do the window cutout. See if we can get these done fairly quickly. 1, 2, 3. few to do. By cutting these out, we're going to mark them up with something else in a minute, and from that, for each window, we get details like whether it's got thermobate or a window former, type of lintel, whether it's got a cavity tray above it, and weep vents. That's all taken from what the information that's in our spreadsheet, which we merge all the details from this with later on. The idea is we do few markups on here as possible, but to generate as much information in Excel as possible. Yeah. Couple more to go on here. Oh, we've got the other elevation to do as well. So that's that one. And that's a bit high, so I'll restart that one. So there we go. Is that all of them? That should be all of them. So over here, I've got some details for filling these openings. External door type 1. Now I use that for these doors, personnel doors, whereby you might have returned reveals, blockwork reveals, thermobate or something like that. Have a door type 2, which is likely to be formed with a window former. Then we jump over here, we've got window type 1. Now I'm assuming this is where we have a standard lintel above and cavity tray. That one, this one, and these ones. And then we've got this one here, window type 2. This would be eaves lintel, but no cavity tray above. You can set these up how you want them, really. So that's that. And then we've got a bay window. So this might have, like it says here, vertical insulated DPCs. We can feed all of that information into our spreadsheet. Now this seems to have gone up a bit high actually, so I might just make a quick physical adjustment to this. Let's bring that down to that level there, that level there, and let's assume our brickwork is actually brought to the same level. So it's easily adjustable. So that's that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to mark up some of these details through here. So we've got projecting band course through the bottom first of all. Now the idea of the markups is make it as clear as possible. So here we go. Projecting band course. We've got some more over here. The great thing about using Bluebeam Review is that you can basically make your tools as you want them. So everyone has a different way of measuring things. So you just create the tools as you need them. And the other thing is, if you save them into your toolboxes, you might not use them on every project, but once you've created them they're ready to use again. So that's that one, and we've got one more projecting band course here. Okay, so the next thing we've got some 150mm soldier seals. So let's go on these. One there. quite quick to mark up, and as I say, it's all very clear. If you have someone else mark this up, at least you can pick up a drawing and you can quite clearly see how far they've got. You can make some alterations if you want, but most important thing is this is clear. So there are soldiers. Oh no, we've got some more down here. Now at the moment I'm allocating all these to general superstructure lift, and then that will get split down over the whole unit. But you can actually change, like I changed the top out lifts, you can actually, if you want to, as you're going through, you can allocate all these markups to specific lifts instead of kind of having a generic one and then having percentages applied for first, second, third, fourth lift. So I think that's all of those. We've then got some curved headers. Just quickly mark those up. Once again, it's quite clear what you've measured, although I might change some of these tools just to fine-tune them really. It's marked up. We have got, oh, another one there. Then on this top elevation, we have got some standard soldier headers. So soldier header. So I think that's all of those. Oh, we've got a dummy chimney. Let's just account for that. There we go. Is there anything? Oh yeah, we've got some cavity trays. It's a horizontal tray above the bay window. We've got a horizontal tray above the porch. And what we've also got is, which elevation? Over here, we're going to have some step trays. Now, what we do for this is just mark that up as so, and as you see here, it says enter pitch. It's just a reminder. If I bring up the toolbar, sorry, the markup list, I click on that, enter pitch. I know that's 40 degrees from looking at a drawing earlier. So if I put that in there, the reason we do that is this will then actually look at the length and the angle, and it will actually calculate how many courses there are and how many trays we need and how many ends we need, etc. So that's all marked up. I think that's pretty good. We've got the internal walls there. One of the other things we need is we've got making good to this. So this is a detached house. Let's just put this on here. Make good a detached house. Now, quickly jump to scaffolding. Let's put our little template on here so we can mark up the scaffolding lifts. And on this one as well. Oh, should have come through a bit further. Let's just drag that along. Okay, that'll do. So we can jump over here. Scaffolding, let's mark up the first one, blocking lift. Once again, probably tools need updating because this kind of clashes with some of the brickwork features, so I just need to change colours and play about with it a bit, but it does the job for now. As I say, this is a work in progress, and any feedback would be great. So that's my blocking lift, and let's go scaffold lifts. One through there. It doesn't have to be precise at the heights they're going at. you just want to demonstrate where you've allowed for some lifts. Let's put that one under there. And what we do is we'll have a couple of lifts on the gables. And once again, as with the brickwork, what we're going to do is click on that lift there, change that from superstructure to top out. Same with this one. Let's mark up the scaffold lifts over here. So I'm getting through these quite quickly. Right, so there we go. So what we can actually do here is we can take the last, well actually we can take all of those scaffold lifts that we've marked up so far, which is all of those up there, and what we can actually do is just hold our control button down and bring them down here. Could do with opening up the screen a bit. That looks about the right position. So there we go, we've got all our scaffold lifts down here. Let's just tidy this up a bit because these need moving. That needs moving across a little bit. Just tidy it up. Oh, gone too far. That one can be moved across a little bit as well. That's fine. So that's all our scaffolding marked up there. Oh, we need some bird cages. So let's jump back across to our floor plans. Bird cage. Select that. Oh, that's on the wrong item. Should be on scaffolding. One bird cage to the first floor. Bird cage to the ground floor. So that's done. We just need to select both of those now, because what we're going to do is, oh, it's not wanting to do this for me. So right, click on that one, shift and click on that one. And what we do is cut those, go back across to our page here, and we just paste them anywhere on here. Paste. So they're on there. Next thing we need is, let's have a loading bay. Now this will set up for a different scale. So what we do is just put that on there, and what we can do is select it, change the scale. There we go, there's a loading bay and a staircase tower. So I think that's that should be everything measured. So yeah, that's all the measures done on there. But what you can do is now, if I do Control A on here, to select everything, Control C, go over to the next page, Control Shift V to paste in place. Takes a second because everything's slower whilst I'm recording the screen. There you go, everything's come up. Now the only difference on this plot is the there are no gables, no top out. So let's get that, delete that, come down here, Shift O to do the lasso, selected that, delete, and we'll delete the false chimney as well. And right, so we are done. The only thing left to do now is to come across and let's get some plot numbers. Let's stick this in the middle of here. Now this is a little bit fiddly. It's the only way I've worked out how to do this so far. So what you do is paste this on here and come to ungroup. Come off of that. First text box. We want plot 15 in there. And the second text box, we have plot 19 in there. Go back to the other page, do the same. Let's put that on there. Let's ungroup this. Right, if you wait for this, click plot number. We have 9. Need to select the next one, next text box. So 9, 10, 12, select the right one. 13, 'Right, it doesn't like selecting these text boxes now. Here we go. 17. Looks like I need to do some formatting on the writing size. On to the last one, 18. Okay, that's our plot numbers done. So that all looks pretty good to me. I think I've got everything measured for that house type and that house type. Double check that that's under top out. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is export all of our markup list to the CSV file. That's gone to the right one. Click OK. Jump across to our spreadsheet. Now I've got some wall type. Okay, so I've got some wall types here. I've got some door types here where I've put in all the details where like I've said, you've got leaves, lintel, no tray, but on this one you've got a tray. Bay windows, got insulated DPC to reveals, etc. All the details are preloaded. I've got some details on here, a default house type. These are the lifts I want, the superstructures I want, that's how I want it split. If I've got a particular house type and I want to go in and actually put in some details, I can do that and it will split it by those details. I've got some brickwork rates. These are not current, so just playing about with those. I'll explain more about that another time. Same with scaffolding. This is my brickwork table. Scaffolding, there's some details in there because I've been playing about with this earlier, but they'll change in a minute because you can see there's nothing in here. So if I go back here, all we're going to do is data. I'll press refresh all here. You can see down here it's saying retrieving data, connecting to another screen. I think I might have cut a bit of the recording there, but you can see it's working through over here. So basically it's gone to find the CSV file, brought all the data in. It's working it all out here. So I've got 544 loads loaded in the Brickwork. So then what we're going to do is just come over here, refresh this table here. So I've got the V1 and V2 housetops. I've got the prices split down into lifts. Obviously V1 I've got top out and V2 I haven't. So that's an all-in price. I then come across, this is labour only. This is mortar only. And this is all the sundry materials. So we've got a full breakdown of everything. Come across, then we've got everything that's been measured. This is wrong because I think on here I've measured my opening dimensions as millimeters and not meters. So if I come through here and I wonder if I can click on one of these. Where's my doorway? So door types. Let's have a look for door types. Door type 1, and it's going to have picked it up in millimeters somewhere. And well, I'll come back to that one later. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. So basically, I've left the partition opening type 1. I've left it on millimeters and instead of changing that to meters. So let's just correct that quickly. Show how easy this is to update. Units length wants to be in meters. There we go. So what I'll do now is export my CSV again. Okay, back over here. Let's refresh all, update it, pull in the data again. You can see it's working over here. Just updating the last few bits. Okay, we're done. So I'll come over here again and refresh this table. That looks a bit better. You've got 3 meters of lintels instead of several thousand meters. So you've got all the items that have been measured plot by plot, and then you've got those details. Come across a bit further, and you've got not only you've got all the items measured again, and you've got them lift by lift as well. So you can see here we've got 35 square meters of external cavity wall work to the top out. And yeah, so that's all in there. So that's all there. And then we've got a little table over here telling us what materials we've got, what rates we're charging. So we can see if anything's missing. So you can see here, a lot of them have got no rates. So I need to go back in and update my Brickwork rates. But that's all the Brickwork done. You've got a lot of detail out of it there. Coming back to the scaffolding, we've got a full setup of table here. That can get hidden. And then all we want to do is come over here, refresh this. So we've got substructure, which is your blocking lift, and you've got all your other lifts broken down. Once again, we've got top out here, but not on the second one. And then we've got some more details here, whereby we've got what we've allowed on each unit. So the only difference on this is scaffolding lifts. We're going to have a bit more on this one because we've got the gable, the lifts to the gables. We can produce more data from all of this as well. So yeah, but that's how far I've got so far. If anyone's got any comments or any feedback, or they measure things differently, then perhaps give us a shout. Oh no, hang on, one more. plots. So what it's also done is it's taken all my plots, scheduled them out, and then it's applied the right house types. This is only the brickwork at the moment, but it's given me full price, and yeah, it should all be working. I obviously need to look at a few different details, and these columns are around the wrong way, but I need to fiddle with those. But yeah, any feedback, any comments, give me a shout. Thanks.